I want to talk about defending versus defensiveness in your Mormon mixed faith marriage. I'm Brooke Booth. I'm a life coach for Mormons in a mixed faith marriage. And sometimes we get confused. I know definitely in my own mixed faith marriage, there's been confusion over what's a legitimate way to defend ourselves and what's defensiveness. And it's important to distinguish the two because defensiveness hurts marriages. Defensiveness is one of those things that can be a significant correlation to divorce. Defending can be an important part of a healthy marriage. It's like a boundary. And I want to talk about the two. So defensiveness often happens when people perceive there's an attack. Somebody perceives there's an attack, so they feel unjustly accused, they blame, they deflect. The problem is outside of them. Okay, it's never helpful. And a lot of times we become defensive when there's a legitimate complaint that's been put on the table and we perceive it as a personal attack. And then defensiveness flares up, presents itself. So I want to talk about these complaints. Now, a complaint is, like I said, it's a legitimate thing that needs to be put on the relationship table and discussed. And sometimes we perceive those as attacks. And I want you to slow down and ask yourself, is this a personal attack or is this just a complaint? Let me give you an example of the two so you can understand what I'm saying here. An example of a complaint is, I want to discuss how we use our tithing money. I don't like how the church uses tithing funds. That's a complaint. An attack sounds more like this. You're an idiot to give money to the church. Okay, there is a difference between the two. When there's a complaint, defensiveness never helps. It's a conversation that needs to be had. Communication skills need to be brought in. Things need to be discussed as partners. If there's an attack, you need to defend yourself. That's different. That's when you need to step in with a boundary or with a request. And you need to do that out of love to protect yourself and to protect the relationship. So if you're wondering, am I being defensive? Is this a situation where I need to defend myself? This is what I want you to consider. Is this an attack on me personally, or is this a legitimate complaint that maybe I'm perceiving as an attack, but it's not really? That's an important question to ask yourself when considering, am I being defensive or am I just defending? Okay, if you need help with your Mormon mixed faith marriages, this is something you grapple with a lot, or you find yourself defensive a lot, let's reach out and talk about your mixed faith marriage.